All right, welcome back, everybody, to the BSL Season 7. We're in Group B of the round of 16, and if you're just now tuning in, what are you doing? Like, the games are so good. We just watched eOnzErG dominate Ultra to make it to the winners match, and now he has to face off against Dewalt, two BSL champions, Season 3 and Season 5, respectively. Going head-to-head, it's a best-of-3, but I wish it was a best-of-300 because I could watch these guys play forever. They're so good, Nyokin.
Yeah, these are definitely two of the best foreign scene has to offer. And, I was looking at eOnzErG's stats, and surprisingly, Zerg versus Protoss was his worst. It was like 53%. He had 65% versus Terran, 70% versus Zerg. And Dewalt has a surprisingly good Protoss versus Zerg rating. So maybe this is Dewalt's time to take it to go all the way to top 8, and then maybe we could have potentially a rematch between eOnzErG and Ultra, or maybe Terra can go all the way to the round of 8.
Yeah, I don't care about those numbers at all. Either one of these players could 18-0 their opponent in a best-of-1. That's how good they are. They're just that good. But we have to get into it to watch. They're both badasses. They're champions. They could be champions again easily. But there's also, keep in mind, Terror waiting for the loser of this game eventually. So it's not going to get any easier, even if you, or if you do win this. It's just so many talented players in this group. So let's get into it. The winner of this match will advance on to the round of 8 of BSL Season 7 and be even closer to that gigantic prize pool. Of course, a big thanks to Blizzard for enhancing that by $1,000 this season. We are about to get into game number 1. The map list is Gladiator, Power Bond, and Sylphid. So starting things off on a big map and getting down to our 3-player maps. And I love that Power Bond and Sylphid are still maps 2 and 3. That's going to be a common trend. So let's get into it. I'm ready, Nyokin. Are you?
I'm ready, but you got to get in the game, my dude.
Okay. Well, I'm ready in spirit, okay? God, everybody's a critic. Okay. All right. I'm in the game. Download the map as fast as my Korean internet can handle it, and now I'm ready for reals. So without further ado, let's get into game number 1 of the winners match. eOnzErG versus Dewalt. Winner of this game advances on to the round of 8. All right, here we go. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, Gladiator. In the white, playing Zerg, it's eOnzErG.
And in the top right, he's back at it again with that magenta hot pink. Dewalt. And just like you, Rapid, sometimes I'm like, let's go, man. I'm so hyped for this match that I don't actually join the game. I'm just assume that I'm already in there. Yeah, I do that all the time.
I was ready to watch this game 30 minutes before the show even started. I knew that kind of the clash of titans, these guys would have to play each other. BSL champions head to head. They're both insanely strong right now. I was a little bit I mentioned that they were both not feeling extremely ready for today's games, and then I watched them play and I'm just like, okay, they're still just totally badass. They're also both scouting completely correctly, of course, and the probes, or the Overlord and probes, see each other, so now they're both going to know where each other are anyway.
And we're going to have a standard opener from eOnzErG Overpool. Is there anyone out of these two players that you're like, this is who I want to make it out? Or do you not care? Does it matter who makes it out? Or do you have, I want Dewalt getting out, or I want eOnzErG getting out?
Nyokin, how dare you? I am a professional, unbiased caster, okay? The only winner that I want out of the series is the fans, okay? Actually, I don't know. I mean, Nyokin's giving me this. I handed you a softball question and you slammed me for it. God damn. Anyway, I'm a big fan of both eOnzErG and Dewalt just because they are so good. I think they both spent time out here in Korea training. I've hung out with both personally. I'm just like, well, which friend do I like less? I don't know. I think eOnzErG, like the map, the meta is like pretty good for him right now. So if he wins, I think he could actually go pretty far. But I know that there's actually a lot of really hard players that Dewalt doesn't have extremely good records against. So I think it might be harder for him to go farther. So as far as which player do I think has the most potential to win the whole tournament? Probably eOnzErG, I'd say. But also, Dewalt equally capable. So no matter who I want to win, they're both probably equally likely.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I kind of want eOnzErG to get out right now in this specific scenario because I want to see a rematch of Terror. Assuming he makes it past Ultra, I want to see the Terror Dewalt series again. Whoa, wait a minute, are we just going to have game over with 2 Lings getting in the main?
Wait, okay. Oh my god, they both take 1 cannon hit, perfectly tanking the damage. How does he do it without even trying? This is definitely more than 30% luck and 20% skill for sure. I don't. And now, as if Zerg needed to be more broken, the Lings heal themselves over time, Nyoken.
Yeah, this is going to be devastating. 7 probes pulled off the line. Don't get any damage done to these Lings. At least the probe is still alive in the main of eOnzErG, so Dewalt can at least see what's going on, but he's in big time trouble. Luckily no probes have gone down, but these 2 Lings, super annoying.
Well, his probe's almost killing a drone down here. I think it's actually probably going to kill the drone at the 6 o'clock phase. Yeah, here it is. He's going to get the drone kill. Oh no, he actually didn't go for it. He actually could have, but nope. Yeah, but the Ling's obviously extremely annoying. He's going to hide them in the back right now and go back in. All right, let's see what he can get done with it. Oh, instant pull again. Gas probe pulled off there as well, so making it very, very difficult. Wow, still keeping both Lings alive. Excellent control by both players, not losing any probes, not losing any Lings, but still, this is really going to stress Dewalt early on.
Dewalt counterattacking with 1 Zealot, but eOnzErG saw an instant reaction with the drones. He loses nothing. Meanwhile, look, he's still harassing his probe line.
Yeah, and this harassment, 3 idle probes at the natural, just now being sent to mine. Dewalt hasn't been mining with those 3 for a while, so that's another little effect of having those Lings in the main.
Zealot trying to get something done, but so far not able to do anything. And Lair's already done. Spire started. Cybernetics hasn't finished just yet. Okay, now it does finish, and one of the Lings finally goes down. So despite all this good Ling harassment, Dewalt's doing a good job still keeping his build up the bar.
The Ling killed a probe in the gas, so he has to pull another probe off minerals into gas. Wow, what a this Ling has 6 HP, Nyoken. It's still getting the job done. eOnzErG killing it right now. I mean, obviously this is only a tiny little thing. It's just a couple of Lings, but the effect really compounds because these players are so good. They're just able to leverage it more and more and more. So more Lings now out of the map, 6 more to join the one that's still alive in the main.
And what's great about this Ling is even if it doesn't deal any more damage, it continues to scout. It sees the Stargate, it sees the Citadel timing. eOnzErG has free map pack right now with this Ling as it goes down. And Ling's going to catch another probe out the center of the map. Dewalt still doesn't really know exactly what eOnzErG's doing. I think he saw Lair, but other than that, we don't know if it's 4 hatch, 5 hatch, 6 hatch. Exactly what it's going to be. We also don't know gas timing at the natural. We see no gas, so it's not going to be Type 2 style with mass mutas, at least not just yet.
Yeah, and I don't know totally if we have that situation where if eOnzErG kills one of the first Corsairs, he just switches immediately into mutas. But I would expect something like that, just because he is so good with mutas. If you get the opportunity, definitely a big fan of him trying to hammer that home. But obviously, I think Dewalt is so good that he's not really going to fear that too much. And we don't really even see... okay, I guess it is just going to be mass Hydras. Yeah, 5 hatches on the way.
Yep, so eOnzErG just going to play pretty standard. He's got Scourge out trying to intercept this Ser, but Dewalt for now is going to avoid it. And we don't see any Scourge being made elsewhere, so I don't think the Scourge will ever catch it. Get a full scout off, and this is exactly what Dewalt needs. He needs to know whether eOnzErG is going split map, whether it's a Hydra play, exactly what is going on from the Zerg point of view, and he does see that it is 5-hatch, so he should be able to respond appropriately.
Yeah, not getting the Corsair picked off, just having it scout and then run right back home. Yeah, really well done there by by Dewalt, but also eOnzErG is going to now have his turn to scout with his Scourge. Obviously, there are cannons, so he can't see everything, but he's going to get a pretty good idea.
Templar Archive is about to finish up. Dewalt is at the 7:30 mark, but he's not going for a Zealot timing, which we used to see quite often, but he does have 3 gate. Speed is about to finish. He may end up moving out anyways, but his +1 is nowhere near completed. It's basically halfway. Here he goes. Now, where can he really attack? So many Hydras have already been produced at the natural. There's no way to get in there. Third base, I don't really think you can get in there either, but eOnzErG's moving those out of position. Maybe that could be a point of... Oh, he's going to go to the natural, and I think he's just going to lose a few Zealots.
Yeah, and even the Hydra's coming over from the third, sandwiching these Zealots, forcing them back. I mean, he only lost the Zealot, but he might lose maybe one more. The Zealots are so fast. They get home, but now it's Hydra time. And with range only seconds away from completion. Oh, actually, the cannons don't range that far? What? Okay, yeah, I guess they don't. Okay, even without range, these Hydras are going to start working on these outer buildings.
Yeah, an instant cancel on the Forge, too. So he's already denied +1. And we have speed on the Overlord, so eOnzErG really just wants to end this. He doesn't want to lose to any DT shenanigans or have it pushed back, but Dewalt already has a couple Templars out. Storm is still far away. eOnzErG might just try and bust him.
I mean, the Hydras, they're not stopping more. Actually, now this Overlord being sped across the map. Corsair's heading into the main, but I don't even think that's really going to matter here. There's so many Hydras right now. Got to respect the Zealots, but Dewalt's not pulling the trigger.
Meanwhile, eOnzErG has a 6-hatch going up at third base. He's got his evolution chamber done. His own +1 is halfway along.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just noticed the Storm finished, and the second Storm finished, eOnzErG pulled back. Like, there's no indicator. You don't get like a giant glowing Storm has now finished notification. Just perfect pullback. Really beautiful.
And Dewalt does have double Forge going now. He's going to have +1 about 2 minutes from now, but by then, Zerg probably has Lurkers, and I don't really see how you're going to get much done with that many Lurkers, but he does have 4 Templars out, already banking a lot of energy. We may see a big Hanbang style attack that we saw, was it Dragon yesterday? Getting up a really sizable army and trying to win the game? I think it was. But eOnzErG has so much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff is mostly Hydras. So with Storm out, that can be so much stuff into so little stuff very quickly if these storms are pretty good. There are a couple of drones that die for no reason because of a bad rally or something. The scouting drones, but they save Hydra lives by doing the job for them. But there are so many Hydras here, and they're in a little bit of a concave, or they were for a second. First storm is not that great. Second storm, not that great either. Maybe that was just one storm and it lasted longer than I expected. But sniping off things like that, High Templar would be big, and there it goes down. These storms not really dealing that much damage.
Yeah, not a lot of damage being done just yet, but he still has 5 Templars left over. Did we get the Lurker upgrade? I'm checking the Hydrogen right now. It's not started, but maybe he already completed it. But I am getting a little worried that Dewalt is getting pretty strong, and with the Templar's going to have 2 available storms pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't think he went Lurker, putting everything into mutas right now. So he's got 8 on the way, and I don't know. I too would have expected Lurkers at this point, but it looks like we're going the other direction.
Yeah, it's just going to be pure Hydras at this point. And oh, we've got a DT drop along the side. And the Scourge,
Ooh.
They're in position, but the vision is very limited for the Scourge. He may actually be able to avoid it. Will he see it?
Snipes 1, snipes a second. I think that's in range of the shuttle. Like, I can almost guarantee that the Scourge in the base that hatch out are not effective, and that means the DTs dropped off in the main.
Yeah, and Dewalt only shows 1, but we see that there's another one hidden in the back. He's trying to take out all the Overlords. Meanwhile, Zealots moving across the map, got their eye on the third base, but Hydra's already in position.
Oh yeah, all the overlords getting taken out here. Oh, one survives at the very bottom. It's just a sliver of HP. Needs to dive on it, but the Hydras are there. Actually, if he just turns around, he can take it out so easily. The Hydras repositioned like almost ahead of schedule. The Scourge are out there hunting, trying to catch these Corsairs riding dirty. Can't get them, and so the Scourge remarkably ineffective. But of course, that's all due to Dewalt's control.
Well, Dewalt has how many gates? He's got 9
Jeez
gate rapid.
Louise.
He's got 1-1. Lurker upgrade is about to finish for eOnzErG. If Dewalt went right now and eOnzErG was in the middle of a morph like he is, maybe he can plow through this 4th base. But other than that, I don't know how much damage he can get done. There's also 10 mutas out. Where did those Sairs go?
I think they're up at the top, right?
They're in the net.
Oh, okay, yeah. There they are. How many Corsairs we have? We have 4, but they're very low HP, so 1 Scourge apiece would probably kill 3 of them. Continue to push back the Overlords. They do have speed, so they're a little bit extra annoying, but more and more of them will go down, and that does supply block eOnzErG, but he's already at almost 150.
Yeah, even... Wow, he's up supply. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
So
How?
not a good sign for Dewalt. He's a god. He just macros like crazy. He's got +2 weapon on his Hydras pretty soon. The one thing that is lacking is we don't have a Queen's Nest anywhere. So
Yeah.
we are stuck on Lair Tech, but he's just gonna have such a huge Hydra army. I don't think it matters.
I mean, we don't have Carapace either for flyers. A lot of times Zergs will get that, especially with Protoss getting a +1. At least that's what you were telling me earlier. And so maybe he wants to add that earlier because it is a pretty heavy commitment to mutas. He's still up in a whole full control group of fresh, healthy mutas. And whoa, double storm. Maybe he grabbed 2 High Templar there or something. Didn't magic box them or whatever. But mutas dodged most of it.
We do have a little Zealot drop in the main of eOnzErG, but the Zealots are kind of on hold position. But still a lot of action happening in the middle of the map. And I don't know, Dewalt still has, checking all of his Templar, double storm on every single Templar. If there's a fight, it's not like we have a huge lurker field like Tide 2 had or Gorinich had. There's a real possibility eOnzErG moves into darkness, like out of vision, and Dewalt has high ground advantage and then just kind of storms the entire Hydra army, and that looks like what Dewalt wants to go for.
Well, here comes Dewalt. This is what he's going for. Lurkers, though, oh, catch him off guard on the high ground. Scourge come in, only take out 1 Corsair. Second one actually goes down as well, so Corsair count now at 2.
Here we go. Oh, Muta's trying to snipe these Templar. 1 down, 2 down.
And he can't storm on his own units. He's going to get the 3rd High Templar, too. All those double storms, not there anymore.
And now we've got a huge sandwich. eOnzErG from the side. We got Hydras coming through the front. Muta's soaking up Dragoon hits while Lurkers come in through the front also. And look at the Dewalt's supply just plummet. All these Dragoons are going to fall.
50 supply advantage now for eOnzErG, and it's not looking good. He's going to lose almost his entire army. The Lurkers pushing the final Dragoons back, and there's a whole lot of Zerg trying to kill not a lot of Protoss left.
Instant
GG, that's it. Wow, Dewalt taps out, and eOnzErG just looking so good. Even from minute 1, those 2 Zerglings that made it in to the main, it didn't, like, maybe he only killed 1 probe, oh no, but it's just a little thing that snowballs little bit by little bit. Just, so good.
Yeah, but Dewalt didn't really let it affect his build, I don't think. He recovered really well. He scouted Zerg the entire time. He had Zealot counterattack. I thought that Dewalt was in trouble after the gate and forge went down, but then he got up that huge army with multiple storms. But those mutas, I don't know how they killed all the Templar because we still had 4 Sairs with +1. You would think that the mutas would just get immediately killed, but they were able to kill all of the Templars, and really Dewalt was banking on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were talking about how much storm energy he had built up, and obviously even though eOnzErG had such a big supply lead, most of that supply is in Hydras, so if you just storm all the Hydras, I make it sound easy, but Dewalt's capable of doing that. Not without High Templars, he's not, so perfectly played there. Wow, that's game number 1. That means that we are already about ready to get into game number 2. I made sure to enter the lobby this time, so I am actually technically ready. to get into the next game. All of these games tonight are just going to be so amazing. Not only this one, which features 2 BSL champions, seasons 3 and 5, but also just we've got Terror waiting. So, I would actually kind of like eOnzErG to advance now too, now that you mentioned it, to see that rematch, because there's going to be another smackdown. Oh, I love watching pro players just completely destroy one another. It's one of the greater moments of esports. It's just like watching a player be so good. Oh, that's what we just saw. And we're about to see it again as we get into game number 2 here on Power Bond. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, here we go in the upper left-hand corner of the map. Power Bond in the brown. As Protoss, it's Dewalt.
And in the top right, he's 1 game away from getting a little redemption. It is eOnzErG. eOnzErG looked so good last game. Really, just the thing that I didn't like was the lack of hive, but he macroed incredible. And hopefully Dewalt just doesn't take that much damage to the Lings, because he was playing pretty well too. We'd like to see him just get into a normal game, and hopefully that can be the case. We got the pylon. Is this in a normal pylon position though? I guess it is just gonna be a normal pylon position. I thought that maybe this was positioned for something like a 2-gate, but the probe's already moving out, so I guess not.
Yeah, I guess you could put the 2 gates right up above and then maybe block with something else, but I always wish that there were the potential for something like a cannon rush or whatever, but no, it's just everything completely standard, crisis averted. What you were saying about eOnzErG and his macro and stuff, I remember, like, I was looking at the supply at like not even late in the game, and he already had a supply like advantage, and I'm like, he didn't even kill much of an army to get there. He just had it. That is not supposed to happen. So even for Dewalt, who was able to macro so well against Terror, now we've got eOnzErG who's out macroing him.
Yeah, he's kind of reminding me of the Miso versus Snow series in, I think it was KSL. Miso, I don't think I've seen anybody macro better than in that specific game versus Snow. The entire game, Miso was even in supply or higher, and he just steamrolled Snow. And that's exactly what eOnzErG did last game. Now, what is this? We've got 12 hatch for eOnzErG, and in response, we've got a 12 Nexus from Dewalt. So we've got optimal builds for both players.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, they both build their hatchery or their second bases on 12. Like, wow, such balance, much wow. But we do have the probes still in the Zerg base, so obviously everything is looking great for Dewalt. He's like, okay, yeah, you're not really doing anything super crazy, so Nexus coming down before everything else makes a lot of sense.
Well, this time we've got a little bit of a difference from eOnzErG. He's got the 235 gas. It's not been the third hatch before gas, which we've seen the majority of the Zerg players in BSL go for. But meanwhile, eOnzErG is going to take this third base at the gas. It's not going to be at the middle only. And everything, again, just looks pretty normal from eOnzErG. And what does Dewalt want to go for? We've seen a lot of players go straight Citadel. But in the last game, he went for Stargate. We're probably just going to see Stargate from Dewalt again, because every time I see him play, he's just so standard, and Stargate's going to allow you to get vision into the Zerg base, see what's going on.
Look at this probe go to town. He's already working on these drones, trying to get them all down. He's got one down below half health, and he still hasn't really taken almost any damage on this probe. So got to keep an eye on that. Of course, on the other side, Cannon's just now coming up. Not a big surprise. Overlord, the peek in the main, see what he can see, but there's really no real divergence. Third hatchery, though, about to finish up. It is at the third gas base. That's one of the kind of characteristics of this map, is that you will be able to get that up, or you will be able to get 3 geysers almost immediately.
Yes, so we'll have to be looking out for that. Are we going to see mass mutas this time? Probe does go down. and he at least saw the lair, so he knows that there's no hidden Hydra Den anywhere. No shenanigans going on, and there is the Stargate for Dewalt. And his build is a lot more streamlined. Last time his Cybernetics was just finishing when the Spire had started. And we can see that the layer's not even done yet. So Dewalt in a much better position this time. He's got second gas going up. I would really like to see the fast Citadel and see that DT play.
I think DT play is something that I see maybe 50-50 from Dewalt. He's pretty well versed with Reavers, but I know that's not like necessarily a very popular style. I definitely do see DTs more often, so let's see what we're getting. Yeah, +1 just now started. I guess Dewalt never finished +1 in game 1, did he? I think he had to cancel on his Forge, and then from there it was kind of all over.
Yeah, he got it denied from that Hydra bust. Now it has started again around the 4:30 mark, so everything looks like we're going to have that 7-minute, 7:30 timing. We're going to have to see a couple more gates, though, if he wants to go for that. And there's the... Oh, I thought that was a gate, but that's another pylon. Maybe that's not what we're going to see.
Sorry, I was distracted by a mosquito there for 1 second. Ioken. This is our mini game with BSL. It's like to try to find out how dead I'm going to be by the end of the game. But also one of our players is going to join me in that death, so I won't be alone. Here comes the Corsairs, just scouting things around, kind of exactly the same as it happened last game. Less Scourge though, so it's going to be a little bit happier for now because the Spire's not done yet. So obviously that's a little bit of a divergence. Seeing everything though, Spire not quite as fast as it was in the previous game should give Dewalt a little bit of an idea about how things have shifted.
Yeah, I'm looking all over the base. Okay, there we go. Temple Archive started at the natural, but I am a little surprised. Still no gates, just one gate production, but speed is about to kick in. What does he want to do with these Zealots? He's only going to have about 4 or 5, and I just really don't see that getting much damage done. But Sarah finds an Overlord, kicks that off, and eOnzErG, a big Overlord cycle right there. But yeah, everything pretty normal so far.
Right, so I guess we're gonna actually, wow, whoa, what? 5 mutas on the way. This is really interesting because he's going up to 6, now maybe even 7, 8, 9, I don't know. Because usually, oh, he's gonna try to snipe the, I thought he was gonna try to snipe the Corsair when it came out of the Stargate, but it was either canceled or just wasn't building. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that. But the Scourge are going to come back home, and this is going to be really interesting to see eOnzErG try to beat the air battle against a player going +1 Corsairs.
Yeah, and he's building a lot of mutas too because he's got a couple at his third base. Also, he's got 3 more morphing at his natural. That's going to be 8 already. Here come those Zealots, but they're going to find... they're just going to run by the Sunken. Well, they're all going to fall, and they took a lot of damage to the mutas initially. Not too sure how much damage is really going to get done here.
Yeah, waiting for them to see how much they're going to get. Yeah, not really anything. So the Zealot in the main is going to go down, but the other 2 ran away. They're doing their best to try to blend into the pavement up top.
Yeah, eOnzErG missed them. Well, I think he missed them because... Oh, he still remembers. And
oh, he's so smart. He was like, where did those Zealots go? And there they are, and I think they have like 1 hit apiece. Yeah, there they go, getting taken out. But here come the Corsairs. We have 4+1 Corsairs going to town on the first Overlord. It is out of there. Second Overlord soon to follow, but here come the mutas. There is a DT in here as well, so it's already going to start dealing damage to the drones. Gets like 1 or 2, and then gets taken out by Mr. Sunken.
Wow, very lucky that there were 3 Overlords there. I thought the DT was just going to wipe the drone line, but it gets taken down. And behind this, we do have Dewalt going up into 5 gates so far. He's morphing an Archon, which signals to me that he wants to get aggressive with a Zealot Archon Sarah timing attack. He saw the unit comp from eOnzErG. It's mostly mutas right now. Do we have a single? Okay, we do have Hydras out at the third base, but really... it's going to be hard for him to engage the Protoss army when there's already 1 Archon followed up with how many Sairs? 5, 7 Sairs with +1. He better build a bunch of Hydras pretty soon.
Where are the Hydras? I'm waiting for them. I'm looking. We're getting the range, but I just don't see the least not the same numbers we had last game for sure. Those mutas first, I mean, I guess they did enough to push the Corsairs back, but I mean, now there's Archons coming through. I think he's got, what, 2 Archons? Okay, one Archon, maybe soon to be another one once this High Templar finds a buddy.
This is going to be an extremely strong timing from Dewalt. He's got +1 weapon, only 1 Archon. I don't think he sees the second Templar at his natural. He probably would have morphed into a second Archon if he did, but regardless, this is still going to be very strong. Not a lot of defense at the natural, 1 Sunken and 9 Hydras, but he's got to be careful. Oh, those mutas, I don't think the mutas can engage this Sair number.
Yeah, no way. I mean, not only is that 8 + 1 Sairs, like, geez, that kills infinity mutas. Like, just not even close. I mean, the Archon's going to do double duty against both the Hydras and the mutas if he comes through. And do we have a Dark Templar in here? I didn't see if there was or not, but if there was, then I don't know. Here we go. The mutas are not as clumped up, so they dodge the storm, and they're not taking full damage from these Corsairs, but still can't fight the Corsair numbers. There's 6 left alive.
Yeah, even though the storm didn't hit any of the Hydras, the storm was perfect because it cleared out the majority of the Scourge. But as I say that, this Sair number did dwindle down to 5. eOnzErG has held for now, and now we just have pure mutas and Hydras versus basically, what, 3 Zealots? He can hold this off easily. I thought Dewalt was actually going to break the natural. Oh my gosh. See ya, mutas. They all die. We've got 6 Sairs left over, cleaning up these.
Oh my god.
eOnzErG's going to get supply blocked.
Yeah, there's no way. He's going to lose every single Overlord, the natural, even the main. Actually, there's no Overlords there, so yeah, that... Excuse me. Caught a mosquito with my mouth there. Damn. Yeah, there's no way you can survive against this many mutas. Trying to beat the Corsairs, there's a reason we don't see mutas unless you kill an early Corsair or 2, because they're just so good, and now more Zealots streaming across the map. eOnzErG's still trying to just not be supply blocked. 55 out of 22.
Yeah, and the problem is he has no carapace on these Overlords. So anytime a Sair finds an Overlord, it's instantly dead. And this is looking very similar to the Stork, I think the Stork versus Calm game, where just Calm could not get unsupply blocked. And that's exactly what we're seeing. eOnzErG, he's definitely going to lose this game. He just doesn't have anything left. Zealots breaking through the natural. Perma supply block.
Damn, yeah, the life of an Overlord here. Just born and die instantly. eOnzErG taps out, and we're going to a game number 3 again. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy, but I'm also in the dark. There we go. Wow, what a 6 series. We just got them bopping them back and right and left and forth. It's so good. Wow, I felt like eOnzErG's decision to go mutas that early without really knowing how that was going to work out. I was like, well, +1 Corsairs are good, but yeah, so Dewalt crushing it.
Yeah, I think the muta idea was pretty smart, because if he had caught the first 2 Sairs, back in the main of Dewalt, he had 1 cannon. That was it. 8 mutas would have won the game. But it was very weird to me that he didn't get carapace. If you're going to build that many mutas,
yeah,
wouldn't you think to get carapace? Because you know that Dewalt now is going to build an extremely high number of Sairs, more than 5. He built 7 or 8 that time, and when the Sairs don't die, they just reign supreme.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's been, like, maybe not since the dawn of time, but just for a while. It's like, well, you build these things because they kill these other things. And then the guy's like, well, what if I build these things to kill the other things? No, that's not how it works. But wow, I mean, Dewalt just doing what is kind of a standard build. It's like Corsair DT. It's like, it's not a I don't know, mystery. This is just like Corsair Zealot, and you don't need a cloaking device if you can just kill people while being visible. So what a really, really strong performance there by Dewalt. And that's going to tie the series up at 1-1 and take us to our final game. The winner of this game moves on to the round of 8 of BSL Season 7. The loser goes down to face off against Ultra, I believe. But I do still need to get into the game.
It would be, we still have Terra versus Ultra.
That's right. Terra's going to be the final boss after this. So there's Terra versus Ultra, and then the loser of that game, or the winner of that game, faces off against the loser of this one. Anyway, don't pay attention to anything I just said. Just get ready for game number 3. The math is still fit. It's eOnzErG versus Dewalt. The winner advances on to the round of 8. All right, here we are in the top of the map, Sylphid, playing as our white Zerg player. This is eOnzErG.
In the bottom right, who's going to make it out? Is it going to be the Protoss Hope or is it going to be the Belgium Zerg? We don't know, but bottom right is Mr. Dewalt. Oh, what are we going to see from Protoss this time, Rapid? Are we just going to see more Forge expand, or is this going to be the time that Dewalt mixes in the Gateway expand?
I really do want to see Gateway expand. I think just like eOnzErG is so good with like the early Ling harassment, I think Dewalt is equally as good with the early Zealot harassment. So I'd love to see him just mix it up, because I mean, even though he was able to get 12 nexus off there, so obviously, you know, that helps. I would like to see him be a little bit more proactive instead of just going for the defensive macro route, because I know he can do it. Like, Dewalt's a monster like that too. And I'd love to see eOnzErG be the one receiving the early pressure instead of dishing it out.
Yeah, I would like to see what I think it was La Abuela did, send out the fast scout and then follow up with the either 1 gate or 2 gate, because this is a 3-player map. The chances of Dewalt getting a first scout is very high, which he did. But now that I'm seeing the timing, the pool already went down. I thought it would have been interesting if the probe was in the base before the pool went down, because then maybe, let's say eOnzErG was thinking about going for overpool or 12 pool, but because he sees how fast the probe is, he thinks it's a forge, so then he goes for a 12 hatch, and that would have been an interesting kind of dynamic. But I guess now that I see how this actually played out, the probe's not exactly quick enough. Maybe that doesn't matter, but we do have a forge expand coming down for Dewalt. We do have overpool for eOnzErG, and the drone did a good job to damage this probe at least a little bit. Can the probe block? Nope. No delay on that hatchery.
Yeah, that probe was not fast enough there, Mr. Probe, which is not a sentence I say every day. So, yeah, the hatchery is going to go down. Both players really undisrupted. And what is this Overlord doing over there? Just trying to reroute towards the natural. We have so one of the downsides of like the new color system is like this white versus pink. They both look exactly the same color on the map.
Yeah, that is true. So it's gonna be hard to tell exactly what's happening in the middle of a fight. But we can always just ally a player. Oh, we can't ally?
No, you can't ally players anymore. No,
That's
so
weird.
Yeah, you can't ally players as an observer because, I don't know, why can't you do that? I know in live games you can't do it because it like changes some weird, I don't know. But yeah, I can't be an ally of a player that's not in my game. Well, I guess they technically, I don't know, this is weird. All right, I have, what am I can't reveal who the guest is that I'm interviewing on next week's Pylon show, but I may be able to ask them why we cannot ally players. So I'll have to write that one down.
Yeah, that would be a nice feature, because I always shift tab, and this time if I shift tab, both players are yellow, so that doesn't help us out. But something to point out in this game is that the probe went down and Dewalt's in the dark, and he instantly sends out a secondary probe to try and scout, but Ling's on hold position smartly, and that's going to keep this probe from getting in. Now we see eOnzErG playing standard, but Dewalt's got to be a little nervous to have his probe go down that quickly. He could definitely get Hydra busted.
Yeah, I mean, especially this is the scary part of the game for Protoss players. It's just a cold, dark wasteland out there, and they have no idea what to expect. But as long as the probe survives, they have at least a little bit of reassurance. Now let's see if he can keep it from getting back into the main. Looks like these Zerglings are doing a good job being bouncers.
But the probe has been denied for now. We see that there's no Hydra Den just yet. It is just going to be Spire follow-up. And Dewalt, is it going to be Stargate again? Overlord's sitting in the base. It'd be pretty risky to just go straight Citadel right in front of the Overlord. There is the Stargate. So standard opener, Zealot has made its way to top right. Going to try and shut down this mineral line. Okay, there we go. 4 links should be able to clean this up.
Yeah. What? Okay, the probe gets into the main. That's nice. Wow. Okay, the bouncers fell asleep at the front door. This wow. Fired instantly. I mean, the probe is gonna die now, but hey, his death was not in vain. Scouting, the Spire obviously going to be good, but Zealot going to work in the natural. So the distraction probe. allows the Zealot to get the bonus drone.
Dewalt's doing a lot of damage with these single Zealots. This one in the natural is going to get a bunch of kills, force out a lot of links. I don't know what happened to the other Zealot. Maybe it got taken down, but regardless, really good job by these Zealots, also allowing the probe to get in and scout the Spire. So again, Dewalt does know what's going on. He does have his Corsair going. He started +1 weapon on air. And what is eOnzErG's response going to be? He had his econ hindered a little bit. He's just now starting his 4th hatch, no 5th hatch anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, there it is. Okay, just now coming down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess we are just going to go back towards that standard Hydra play, which I think I'm going to like a lot more than trying to go Muta versus +1 Corsair.
Well, this time we see a second gate in the natural of Dewalt. And last time, remember, he moved out with 5 Zealots with +1. This looks not exactly identical in terms of the +1 weapon timing, but it's pretty close. It's going to line up well with the 730 timing. And last time, I don't think eOnzErG was ready for a 730 timing. This could potentially deal a lot of damage, but I do like his Sim City so far. We got the Evolution Chamber, complete wall at the right side. We got the Hydrogen, limiting amount of as much space as it possibly can. And he has started speed on his Hydra, so this time, not going to be any mutas. It is just me, Mass Hydra, and that's exactly what he needs to stop this incoming 7-8 Zealot timing.
Yeah, catches one of the Scourge, not going to be able to pop that Corsair on spawn. So the Corsair count continues to grow as +1 finishes for both air and ground, along with the legs about to finish up here. So this is going to be a really cool timing here for Dewalt. He's going to get everything all exactly at the same moment. Let's see what he can do with it. Let's see, what's the Hydra count at now? Not high. All right, we got like 6, 7 on the way, so should be okay.
Here comes Dewalt. I'm surprised it's such a low Zealot count. It's only 5 right now. Speed did just kick in. +1 weapon is about to kick in, but if he engages right now, it would be an anti-timing. He's going to get sandwiched. There's a lot of Hydras on the side, a lot of Lings Hydras in the back. There he goes, and he's just going to lose his entire army. This is right before +1 too.
Yeah, he's hitting before +1. All the Zealots are going to die. And at the same time, there's no Corsairs to stress test the Hydras and make them target the Corsairs instead of the Zealots. Wow. So Dewalt has no army. He's going to have no Corsairs because they all died. Okay, they didn't all die, but they lost all their shields flying over the Hydras, so that sucks. And now, I mean, this DT really has to save the day here.
Yeah, there's no over. Okay, there is an over, but it's getting picked off by a Sarah. But these cannons are going down one by one, and Sylphin is not the greatest bait or natural layout to build cannons. That cannon's gonna go down. DT's out. Can it save the day though? There's a lot of Hydras. They're just blasting all the probes, and eOnzErG has good saturation on 3 base.
Yeah, exactly. So even though there's a DT, Dewalt knows he took too much damage. What an anticlimactic way to end the game there. eOnzErG getting revenge, saying, "Wait, you think you're good? You think you can beat me? The best of 3, baby." Smacks him down in game number 3, and eOnzErG is the first player to advance out of this group of death. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy for eOnzErG because I know he was a bit sad to lose last season. You know, he was going to ASL at that time too, so it was really depressing to be knocked out that early. So I am very happy, but the first 2 games of this series was really sick. I am a bit sad for Dewalt that it was that anticlimactic, but we do get to have Dewalt waiting in the decider match. We'll have to see if Terra makes it out, because if we do, Terra's got a real shot to make it, man. Those games were so close.
Yeah, that would be an epic final match, but standing in the way of that is my man Ultra. So Ultra did get kind of bibbity-bopped his first game in the winter, or in his first game in this group. But he does have to play next. Although I can't imagine he's too happy about getting to play Dewalt, because of course Dewalt is insane. So can't wait to watch that game. But before we get into that series, we're gonna have to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have Ultra taking on Dewalt. The loser of that game is knocked out of the BSL. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.